Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing The Adventures of Robin Hood. So The Adventures of Robin Hood came out in 1938 and stars Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland. This film is set in England in 1191 and King Richard has left to go off and fight in the Crusades, leaving Prince John in charge. And Prince John is making life very difficult for all the Saxons and raising taxes and really just making himself a very unlikable person. So in comes Robin Hood, who is an outlaw, who is trying to fight back against the evil Prince John. So obviously Robin Hood is one of the most recognisable characters on screen and in folklore in general. And Robin Hood has been portrayed on screen by many different actors in many different films over the years. So in the 1920s, Douglas Fairbanks played him in a silent version. Obviously had the Disney animated version, which are the cartoon animals as the characters. We had Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and also even had Russell Crowe play Robin Hood once. But out of all of these Robin Hood films, we have this one, The Adventures of Robin Hood 1938, which, in my opinion, is the best Robin Hood film. Errol Flynn in this film is absolutely brilliant. He really just becomes the character, and he almost just is Robin Hood. He plays the character as a very charismatic man. He's very likeable, very witty, and he has real presence on screen. He's impossible not to like as Robin Hood. And we also get an excellent supporting cast in the film. So Olivia de Havilland is absolutely gorgeous as Maid Marian. She really lights up the screen whenever she's there. We also have Claude Rains appear in this film as Prince John, and Claude Rains is one of those actors who, although never necessarily plays the main character, he's always a welcome addition to any film, having appeared in lots of other films like Casablanca and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. And then we also have Basil Rathbone as St. Guy of Gisborne, who I suppose is one of the main villains in this film, and he plays it very well. Is very villainous, very unlikable, and he just looks like an evil man. Now, one of the things I love about this film is that being filmed in Technicolor, it's a very colourful film, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. Every shot in this film just looks very bright and vibrant, and it's amazing to think this was filmed in 1938. So Technicolor was being used here in some films, though not very much. When you realise this film was in 1938, it's really surprising just how beautiful it looks and how amazing it is. And it's just a spectacular looking film. What also helps bring this film alive is the music. So the musical score is very light-hearted, very cheerful, very adventurous, and we get the score playing at the start when we're introduced to the film, and it's often played throughout scenes. Even in the fight scenes, it's all very light-hearted and cheerful, and I must say that the fight scenes in this film are also very good, because this is a typical swashbuckler film with obviously Robin Hood playing the lovable rogue, and all the fight scenes are all very well choreographed with all the sword fights. We do get some excellent sword fights, particularly towards the end of this film when it does get really good. And in general, this is a film that doesn't take itself too seriously. And obviously in later films, which might have come out more recently about Robin Hood, they'll always be more dark and more serious. And this one is just a very easygoing, light-hearted, family-friendly type film, even though obviously Robin Hood does occasionally kill people, even in the scenes when people are fighting each other. Because the music is so light-hearted, it's impossible not to enjoy what you're seeing and not just to have a good time with this film, because it's just a really fun, adventure, enjoyable film that's impossible not to like, really. I really don't have any bad things to say about this film. I always just find it such an enjoyable film. This is the second time that I've seen it, and well, I probably enjoyed it even more than watching it the first time, since I knew how much I was going to enjoy it and how much I liked it. It's a very good running time for this film as well, so it's about an hour 45 minutes, an hour 40 minutes, something like that, and this film is never boring. There's no boring or dull moments in this film. It's very well paced. There's always something interesting happening. There's either an action scene, or there'll be interesting, witty dialogue going on between the characters, especially with Errol Flynn as Robin Hood. He's very witty, he has lots of funny lines, and then in the scenes when we get introduced to Little John and Friar Tuck, those scenes are very entertaining as well. And what I do like about this is Errol Flynn plays Robin Hood as a slightly flawed character, so he's definitely not a perfect character, because even in a few scenes he does mess up a little bit, and in the scene like when he meets Little John actually knocks him into the river, but then Robin Hood just like laughs it off and just welcomes him into the group. And then there's another scene with Friar Tuck where he gets thrown in the river, but again he just gets on with it, and that's what's so great about Errol Flynn as Robin Hood in this film. He plays a likeable character who does make mistakes but just gets on with it, which makes him so relatable and such a likeable hero. In general, just the overall tone of this film is really what helps make it so accessible to lots of people, because I really think lots of people should be able to enjoy this film. It's a film which can really appeal to everyone, just one of those films you can watch on a rainy day or a Sunday afternoon and just have good fun with. I also do like the costumes in this film, so all the costumes are very colourful, just really bring the film alive, make the film really joyful and make it a happy experience to watch. So as you can probably tell, I really love this film. It's difficult to say whether it's one of my favourite films because I have lots of films I love, but it's definitely up there, pretty near the top I suppose. So I am going to give The Adventures of Robin Hood a rating of 10 out of 10. I definitely recommend you see it if you haven't already. So there we go. So that is my review of The Adventures of Robin Hood. So what do you guys think? Have you seen The Adventures of Robin Hood? If you haven't, you should definitely check this one out. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.